On to the co-main event of the night. And guys, this is definitely going to be probably fight of the night. I'm very excited for this one. Santiago Ponzinibbio taking on Michel Pereira in a men's welterweight bout. And I just have to say right off the bat, Pereira is easily one of my favorite guys on the entire UFC roster. Just go back and watch some of his fights. The Tristan Connolly fight, which he lost, is just one of the most insane things that I've ever seen in the UFC. The guy literally goes out there, Superman punches for days, literally will throw backflip offensive strikes. He will do a backflip in an attempt to knock you out multiple times. So it's ridiculous what this guy is doing. Ponzinibbio coming in as a small, slight underdog at -105. Pereira is the -115 favorite. And when we look at Santiago Ponzinibbio, you guys have probably already heard his story, but pre-2018, this guy was a killer. He was on a 7-fight win streak, beating big names. I think his most recent win in 2018 was against Neil Magny. And then all of a sudden he gets hit with this life-threatening injury, which really set him out for, I think it was at least 2 years, almost 3 years. And then he comes back, he gets starched by the leech. So you don't really know, how did that 3-year layoff really affect him? How did that, life-threatening injury really affect him? You think it's going to be very bad because he gets starched by the leech, but he actually bounces back. He goes against Miguel Baeza, who, if he's not getting finished, he's a very talented striker, absolutely. So he goes in there, he beats Miguel Baeza, then he gets another bump up in competition against a ranked guy in Jeff Neal, who I rank him pretty highly. I think he's a very high-level striker, and that is a razor-close split decision loss for Ponzinibbio. So that's where he stands right now. In his last two, he's just 1-1. The guy's very well-rounded. He's a smart fighter. He's patient. And most importantly, the thing that I'm going to note here is that he's going to be there for all 3 rounds. And I'm just going to note that going forward, because Michel Pereira, as we'll get into it, it's just not great when it comes to cardio. So Michel Pereira, right now, sneaky on a 4-fight win streak. Most recently, he went out there and he defeated Andre Fiallo, which has aged very well. I think Fiallo took that on short notice. He outstruck him 107-45. It was a unanimous decision win. So he looked very good there. So as I mentioned before, this guy in the Tristan Connolly fight and a bunch of his other fights, he just fights like a madman. But since that fight, I've really noticed that he's starting to just refine everything. He's putting it all together. He's starting to fight less crazy, more disciplined, definitely taking the sport much more serious now. I think he is ranked at this point. With the 4-fight win streak, and he's beating high-level competition so far, he gets a legitimate shot at a legitimate ranked opponent. So this is a big fight for him. I think he's going to go in there and really just keep that refined look that we've seen. But the only thing is, the cardio is a concern. As I've said before, the cardio is a concern. Obviously, he gassed 100% when he went against Tristan Connolly because he was doing all these backflips. But even in the fights that he is looking more refined, he just seems to not have the cardio that I really want him to have. If he is going to take this serious and really make a run for a belt, I'd like to see him have 5-round cardio, but I just don't see it. I don't even see it at the 3 rounds right now. So I need him to go in there and win convincingly the first 8 minutes of this fight, because we know at some point it's going to start to shift. Ponzinibbio is going to be there all 3 rounds. So I'm thinking around that halfway point, it's going to start to shift a little bit towards Ponzinibbio. And I think we're going to get a very dicey, very close split decision. And I'm just going to pray that it goes to Michel Pereira. That's what I'm thinking. He's going to go in there. He stays on the outside very well. He's very active on the feet, bounces in and out, very explosive, throws a crisp, 1-2 combination. He'll throw a wicked front kick that'll keep people from moving forward. So he does a lot of great things, and he still will throw in, the flying knee, the Superman attack off the cage. He'll do that, just not as much as before. So I think he will find his moments. I think he gets enough done early on to win this fight, and I'm going with Michel Pereira to win this by close split decision.